الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفر إنه كان توابا. الصلاة الصلاة يرحمكم الله. الصلاة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الصلاة الصلاة يا عباد الله. الصلاة يا عباد الله. الصلاة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الصلاة الصلاة يا عباد الله. الصلاة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. الصلاة الصلاة يرحمكم الله. الصلاة 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 يا عباد الله. الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. صلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين.
محمد وآل محمد صلوات.
No one gave me a light.
Sisters, please be silent. We can start the namaz. Sisters, please.
Cause I think I was supposed to wear that shirt, but I'm supposed to be in. I was gonna wear shorts.
You want our brother?
No. I had one like matching with that, and I wanted you to have that one.
The ones that you gave my brother?
Yeah, I have 2 sets of that.
This is my brother. He's not wearing that today. He's wearing another one. He's wearing another one like this, but it's gray. It's like grayish from this.
Yeah, what? Where's Mohammad?
He's wearing that same one that I was trying to get yesterday. Remember? Remember with Sharky? I was going to get it. See, that's a shirt y'all are going to give me. That's a good thing, man. I was going to get that shirt yesterday. It's a good thing I didn't
Hold on,
get it.
where? The structure.
Sharky was supposed to buy it.
Right here? It's my stuff. It's my stuff. Where are you sitting? Right there. There's enough room. Right here? Yeah, there's enough room. Come on.
الحمد لله الواحد الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا ونبينا سيد المرسلين وخاتم النبيين ورحمة للعالمين وعلى أهل بيته المنتجبين المعصومين المظلومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرزق وطهرهم تكبيرا. Dear brothers, first of all, on this happy, very happy occasion, it would be a privilege for me to extend congratulations of the Eid al-Fitr. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant all of you success and all of the Muslimin. And at the same time, we have been thanking Allah, and we should thank Him much more for giving us, granting us the opportunity to fulfill our responsibility of fasting. The month of Ramadan, the month of purification, the blessed occasion of prayer, of worshiping, of communicating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Creator. And alhamdulillah, many of us have been fortunate of having the occasion and the opportunity to pray. And many of us have been able to finish the recitation of the Holy Quran, which is one of the very special opportunities and occasions to recite the Holy Quran and benefit from it. I hope we fulfill this responsibility, and we have, if not several times at least, have been able to finish the Holy Quran, reciting, trying to understand, trying to benefit from the guidance, especially the Holy Quran, of course, is not just for recitation, to recite it, but to benefit from the guidance of this very blessed book, one of a kind. Quran itself is a miracle, is a mu'jiza, because it's the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so on, many other responsibilities. How much successful to purify ourselves, how much we have been able to achieve discipline, how much discipline, how much progress we have achieved in the month of Ramadan. These are all matters of reflection, of thinking, of evaluation, the degree and the level of our success. In the khutbah or in the prayers and qunut of today's prayer, we recited several times the small prayer, dua, and we know what we have been talking, what we have been expressing. First of all, acknowledging, testifying to the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, ahl al-kibriya'i wal-azama. Nothing greater, higher, exalted, and holy than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is our testimony. The only creator, and it continues, His blessings, His mercy, His forgiveness, all of the qualities, attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The point to which I'm going to draw your attention, and to the we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that because of the day of Eid, which He has made the day of happiness to all the Muslims, because of that day, He would do what to us? أن تدخلني في كل خير أدخلت فيه محمدا وآل محمد. This expression is a challenge by itself. We are asking Allah to include us in all the virtues and good things in which He has included Muhammad and all Muhammad. The achievements of Muhammad and all Muhammad in this world is an example. In all walks of life, in all the matters of life, what we are asking Allah is that He would, through His grace and His mercy, grant us, give us the ability to achieve all that Muhammad and all of Muhammad achieved. Is that what we truly want to be, to achieve? To achieve and to get, to acquire whatever Muhammad and all of Muhammad achieved and acquired and worked very hard for it. Muhammad and all Muhammad salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhim ajma'een, the work they did, the degree of their worship, their attitude towards this, the worldly achievements, affairs, the worldly gains, their lives, the way they live, those are the things that we pray to Allah, that we should also behave, should also act, should have the same manner as those holy people have. And the second phrase, that we request, pray to Allah to get us out of all the wickedness, all the bad things that He had graciously taken Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad out of those bad things. You remind one salawat. These are the challenges, in fact. We simply pray, but prayer has to come out of one's heart. We should really mean what we are trying to say, to express to Allah. We want to achieve what the Holy Prophet and Ahlul Bayt achieved. And we want to stay away from all that the Holy Prophet and his family stayed away. Those are our objectives, our goals. And it is because of the blessings and the mercy and the grace of Allah that He has provided those good examples for us. If those examples, the holy personalities, the holy imams, the prophets, they were not there, we would not be having any example to follow. Who to follow? Humankind. Millions of them, thousands of them, with all kinds of aims, ambitions, intentions, dealings, behaviors. Who to follow? We would get confused. If Allah, through His grace, had not been providing guidance and practical examples for humanity, we would have been, humanity as a whole, today, would have been where? It's obvious. Although mankind as a whole do not acknowledge the very fact from which they have been benefiting, acquiring knowledge, making progress in knowledge, although they do not acknowledge it, but the fact is there. If these personalities were not there, the chain of the prophets and messengers were not there, with their knowledge, with their wisdom, with the divine guidance, humankind today would still have been in that chain. No knowledge, nothing. You could see that they, humankind, have been all the time benefiting from the knowledge, from the guidance, from the wisdom of the prophets, the messengers, from divine knowledge. It's a challenge, and it is a fact that without these people, without the Anbiya, humankind would have been today nowhere. But the sad thing about it is that humankind is not grateful. They do not acknowledge. And to their own disadvantage, they go astray. And it is a loss for humankind, for people themselves, for no one else. All of these achievements, all of these wisdoms and knowledge that Anbiya has been bringing to mankind, to make it practical, to achieve the qualities that they had achieved, takes work, labor, hard work, sincerity, and maintaining balance. The greatest challenge for humankind in this world has all the time been, and still it is, to maintain balance between the spiritual side of life and the material side of life. In Islam, we alhamdulillah have examples. La tanta nasibuka min ad-dunya. Do not forget your share of this world, but whatever is provided for you, is waiting for you in the next life, is the real gain and the real benefit. We have hadith saying that the mu'min and a muttaqi, when you see him in this life, working for the worldly life, it looks as if he is going to live in this world forever, to eternity. He is busy, planning, working hard, day and night. And if somebody looks at him, he may think that this person has no intention of leaving this world because of his hard labor, because of his long-term plan, the system. And if you see on the other side, when you see from his spiritual side of life, he will look to you, you will find out, and you will think that this person is going to leave this world any minute, any second. Because from the other side you will find out that he has no interest of leaving or attaching himself or working or having the intention or giving a lot of significance to the material gain. This, no doubt, is a very difficult task to maintain. When we think of our worldly achievements, wherever we have achieved, we will find out deep in our soul how dear those things are to us. Our friends, our worldly gains, our properties, our businesses, our savings, our children, the family. Nobody wants to leave any of those things. And if you think further, the whole of our brain is entangled within those involvements. When it comes to prayer, we struggle to set our minds free for a little second to be able to realize some of the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But the problem is our minds are not free. It's tangled, no freedom. It moves from one side to the other side, from this worldly matter to the other one, and from that one to the third one and to the fourth one. As a result, our prayer is a mess. We do not pray. In fact, we are thinking, planning about the worldly affairs. The task of achieving and measure some degree of faith, of the realization of the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is one of the most difficult tasks. If someone achieves comparison to looking into the other side, if one succeeds to achieve some degree of faith in Allah and some degree of the freedom of mind, things will be totally different. We can see those differences in the life of our Imam, the life of Amir al-Mu'mineen, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. But for that matter, any of the other Imams, Imam Zayn al-Abidin, salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi, when he would decide to make wudu for prayer, his attitude would totally change because of his feeling that he would be presenting himself before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is not an easy thing to present oneself in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His attitude would totally change, and whatever would happen in the family, he would not pay any attention. One of his children fell into the canoe, the area where fire is burning. One of the children fell in the fire. He paid no attention. Imam did not pay any attention. In Imam Ali's case, the case of the arrow pulled out of his leg, and he did not realize. These are some of the results of the condition of the freedom of one's mind from worldly entanglement. For that we need prayer. For that purpose, for the achievement of those accomplishments, we need prayer. The month of Ramadan is for prayer. The whole night is for ihya. Ihya means to stay awake. Stay awake doing what? Of course, thinking. Trying to set one's mind free. Trying to realize some of the greatness of Allah. To give the mind a chance to achieve something, to set itself free. We have one of the virtuous acts of worship in the month of, recommended to be accomplished, achieved in the month of Ramadan. What do we know of the ibadah called i'tikaf? What is i'tikaf and what for is it? I'tikaf is 3 days of fasting, consists of 3 days of fasting in a mosque, in a central mosque, going nowhere, just stay in the mosque, worship Allah day and night. Well, if you see the form of it, is just to fast and stay there. Don't go out. But the purpose is to isolate yourself from the worldly affairs and matters so that you achieve a degree of freedom, the ability to think, to set yourself free and realize the greatness of Allah. We also know the Holy Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam to the cave of Hira in worship and thinking the most precious blessings of Allah in us is the ability to think. The Holy Quran full of recommendations in the strongest form and in the strongest manner to think. Those who do not think have no value. You must think, understand. If you think, you will realize the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Think and act. Thinking without action will not bring balance and a lot of achievement. We have to combine thinking with action. We have to try to realize, understand the depth and dimension of the Islamic system. It's almost unthinkable, impossible that a man would become successful just by himself alone. All the achievements one could achieve just one person, not possible. Human beings as a whole have to cooperate, to come together, work together, cooperate, struggle to find out the truth, implement it, follow it, and achieve it. And especially the aspect of life, especially to the Muslims. The Muslims have all the means. The Islamic system guarantees them with provides them all the guidance they need for cooperation, coming together, working together, to ask how everyone is doing, the conditions of every Muslim around, the miseries, the troubles, the sufferings of the Muslims today around the world, in all forms of shape. Our responsibility, fasting is fine, one of the obligations. These other obligations you are responsible to achieve and accomplish. The responsibility of easing some of the sufferings of the Muslims around the world, especially in the Middle East, the Bosnia, the Palestine, Kashmir, Afghanistan, India, all over, suffering. What we could do for them? We cannot ignore. These are all our responsibilities. And at the same time, our own difficulties and problems, the cultural problems, issues we are facing here, in this part of the world. Will the next generation survive? What is the guarantee that they will survive as Muslims? What we have done, have we done anything for them? Can we do anything? Of course we could. But well, unfortunately, people do not cooperate. Brothers in the community, they do not come together to work for a purpose because they are busy. Or they may think it's not important at all. Well, the next generation, they will be on their own. It's not that way. Every next generation will condemn the ones previous because they didn't do anything. Perhaps there is so many things negative. The traditions, the setups, the lack of cooperation, the chaotic manners of behavior will be a legacy for the next generation to suffer. And if they did accomplish some, it will be difficult for them to improve, to make progress. Business is important. Part of life, you cannot survive without it. But only business is not everything. Working together. When it comes the turn to working together, sit together in a meeting, then everybody wants the chair. What is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Believe me, the idea, the super idea in Islam, that if you do something for Allah, just for Allah, the commendation is this way, then you get sawab. See, if we consider things what we do we really do all of them just for Allah? Say prayer. If we succeeded, that I go pray to do what? Just to make Allah happy. If that's the pure intention, it's a success. I do for no other consideration. I wake up early in the morning, say my morning prayer with all the conditions I observe. Make sure everything is properly observed. Wudu, tahara, the place of prayer, the clothes I use for prayer must be lawfully achieved, homes and religious dues and everything is nice and clean, just to make Allah happy. No. Do you think, what makes you sure that you have been able to make Allah happy? What is the guarantee that Allah is happy with me? I have no guarantee. How would I know He is happy with me? How in the world? If He is not happy with me, what will happen to me? I'll be doomed if He is not happy. What are the ways that I could make Him happy? Islam tells me, if you want to make Allah happy, do everything just for Him. If you help a needy, for what purpose do you do? If you have a consideration, well, I help him because one day he may help me. He will be a friend, in all of the community relations and all of that. These are the things that mess up. If we help a needy just because of the sole purpose that I help him so that perhaps Allah will become happy with me, no other consideration. This idea will make the whole thing very different. And if we work for the community, and if we work, establish, to bring people, brothers together, let's establish a project for our children, for the education of the next generation. If we do a community work, a small part of it, just I go work for the community today, I'll be in the meeting to discuss, to plan something, for the sole purpose that perhaps Allah will be happy with me. This will make the whole thing different. You will achieve you will gain a lot, you will make a lot of progress, and things will be different. We for the community. Without the community, without the center, without a central power, without a central authority, we will be nothing. Human beings will be nobody. In the Islamic system, the system of wilayah, a hadith about wilayah, that if you have not attached yourself to wilayah, if you do not believe in the central authority, you do not respect the central authority the way you are supposed to respect, your ibadat will be nothing. Doesn't matter. You fast the whole of your life. You go to Hajj every year. And you pray day and night. If you do not believe in the central authority, qualified Islamic central authority, if you do not believe, you will be nothing. And because Because in the community, all together, Iyyaka na'budu, all of us worship you together, not me alone. Everybody, we all together survive. We all together make progress. We all together achieve sawab and success and become muttaqi all together. The concept of wilaya, without wilaya, if there is a wilaya, an Islamic central authority is established, our duty is to support, make it strong. See, it's just a common sense. We do not have to philosophize it, to support it by logic and establish reason and grounds and proofs and proof. See how everybody else is living. People establish, just take the case of the Israeli people. They have one place and everybody all over the world supports. Whatever the reasons, the grounds up to them, for whatever purpose they do, they know it better themselves. For us, it's part of the Islamic system. We are part of the Islamic system. This system requires us to support the established central authority. Do we do it? How much we do for it? Perhaps all we do, there are a lot of negative things about it. Today, alhamdulillah, see the blessings. Let's see one a small example of the blessings of central authority. We used to have several Eids in our community. One day and the next day, and sometimes 3 days continuously. Our inability to come to an agreement to trust each other and make one day as the Eid. This year, alhamdulillah, is all over. Because the decision came from central authority. Yesterday we contacted the office of Ayatollah Khamenei and they said it is Eid. Takbir, Eid, all over the country. If you want, Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. The blessings of the authorities and to have awareness of our system. All of these, when we bring all of these together, then we are making real progress. And then we are achieving, fulfilling our duties, our responsibilities. And then, if we pay attention to the needy, it will be worthwhile. And if we do some organization work, it will be worthwhile. And it will be a step towards progress. In all of it, the Islamic system as a whole is school of thought and an educational system for the whole of life. I would like to end this series of discussions, not taking much of your time, with a prayer that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through His grace will help us and grant us tawfiq, accept our efforts, our worship, our prayers, our fasting, and our ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remove the suffering and the difficulties faced by Muslims and all the oppressed people all over the world. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring peace, mutuality, cooperation, and harmony among humankind as a whole, and especially among the Muslims. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to achieve realization of His greatness and faith and iman and taqwa بحق محمد وآل محمد. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us Imam al-Zaman with permission to reappear and establish universal peace and justice in the world as a whole. Muhammad Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum. We'll just take a couple of minutes, not a whole lot. I would like to let you know the program. Molana, thank you very much for the tremendous speech. Mr. Reward to all of you on behalf of the IEC Board of Directors. The key announcement that I have to make here is the Eid dinner will be here at IEC on the 19th of March, that is Saturday at 7 o'clock. Those brothers and sisters who have lost any items in the masjid with the holy month of Ramadan, please contact Brother Ashik Juma. We have all those items, you can get them back. I have to just repeat one or two announcements. Brother, if you could please
Salawat!
for one second. Brothers, I'm needing your attention for a couple of minutes.
Sit down! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down! Sit down!
Brothers, we urgently need some donation for a child. Please donate generously as we need $20,000 to pay the Texas Children's Hospital as soon as possible. The child is a 4-year-old child and he is Sayyid, and any kind of contribution, including homes, will be greatly appreciated in this holy month of Ramadan, which is now over. Please send your donations clearly marked Heart Operation Fund to IEC. Brothers and sisters, once again, please do not forget to take out your Fitr. This was supposed to be taken out before each prayer. For those of you who have forgot, please take it out before noon. Immediately after the Namaz, please take it out. The Fitr that IEC will collect will be sent to the Wali Faqi's office in the Islamic Republic. The envelope and boxes for Fitr are outside in the hallway. And if anyone wishes to be sent to the respective Baja, please let us know and we will be glad to send it. All money transfers are being done to the bank. We have our parking lot is full and we've seen a lot of cars parked next door. We please remind you, do not throw any trash and please drive carefully when going out through the center because we got some children playing outside sometimes. So I would like to thank Molana once again. He's been very kind. He has fulfilled his Islamic Sharia and he's come a very long way, brothers. He started his flight yesterday in the evening at about 6 o'clock. And he arrived today at 6:30 in the morning. All night long. He's very tired. He's not slept for a minute. He had to do his salat in the airplane also. Brothers, we have some refreshments for you. And you have to go to your respective dining areas. Brothers, please go through this door around the building into the main door for the men's entrance and go to the dining area. I have some announcement for the school. The IEC School Quran contest is still in progress and it will be ending on March 19th. The Quran contest for the children. Please sponsor a student in this contest. We have over 60 students who have participated and we should encourage them to learn Quran by giving prizes and gifts. Brothers and sisters, the school is yours and you should support it. The Ramzan Award sign-up sheets need to be turned in as soon as possible. These forms are available in the school office. if your children have fasted or read Quran during the holy month of Ramadan, please complete and turn in this form. Your children may qualify for Ramadan awards. The announcement for school is there's an Eid holiday next week. The school will be closed on March 19 and 20. The school is closed. The last announcement is on behalf of the operations, please let me thank all those who contributed in providing iftar, and especially those volunteers who worked very hard in serving food, cleaning the center, and running the day-to-day operations smoothly. May Allah bless them. I would now like to introduce you to Mohammad Mehdi, the chairman, and he would like to address the gathering. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Eid Mubarak, inshallah, to all of you. I do not want to take much of your time. I know that it's Eid, you have to go to your friends and enjoy this blessed day. Just few short notice, few short things. I would like to thank all of you brothers and sisters for helping, being here and giving us ideas and helping us to run this organization. It's an honor for us to be your servant. We may call us board, but I would rather to be called your servant because we believe that we are serving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through serving you. It's a great honor for us. If we have done anything that might have been hurting anybody, God forbid, I would like to say it has been unintentional, inshallah, that we have not done anything. We tried our best to make everything comfortable for you, and it's, again, with a happy heart, with a good feeling, alhamdulillah, we are honored to have done that because we see the pleasure of Allah in that. But if we were short of doing anything that you expect us to do, please forgive us for our inability. And also, please give us your constructive criticism and assessment of our activities. Give us ideas how to improve this center. We are not professionals. We are just brothers like you, and in our sister group, they are also chosen from you by you. Inshallah ta'ala, we look forward to a better achievement for this organization. I would like to see these things in action rather than promise you something and waiting for it to happen. Inshallah, we have a lot of things we have to achieve and we can do it only together. Please help us and give us your ideas and look at this organization as a unit that is like a family. In a family we have ups and downs. In a family we have difficulties. But together we can solve it. By separating, by staying away, by not giving us your opinion, we will not be able to get anything done. Again, we may make mistakes, but it is unintentional and it can be only corrected if you participate and feel as a family. Brothers make all those announcements that have to be done, especially concerning the traffic. Inshallah, when you go out of the building, make sure that there will not be any incident in this happy day. Have a little patience when you try to get out of IEC. At this time, once again, I want to thank all of you brothers and sisters to be so kind and patient with us, and I do not want to take much of your time. Happy Eid, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you. Please recite Surah Fatiha for all of our brothers and sisters in Islam who are not with us now, and especially those who have been martyred for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.